kò lè halẹ̀ mọ́ mi rárá. Mo ti lálàfẹ́ ìjì mo lólúwa. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Àyìnbásíkò lọ́la mú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà.
Born at Massey Street Hospital in Lagos to a father who was an accomplished carpenter and a mother who was a cloth merchant, Ebenezer Remilekun Olashukbo Aremu FABIYI attended Methodist Primary School Idogo in Ogun State and later Odoye Elementary School Mushin, Lagos, where he completed his primary education. For his secondary education, Ebenezer Obey was at Methodist Secondary Modern School Ashero, Abeokuta, which he completed in 1958. Ebenezer Obey's interest in music began to manifest quite early in life, as he would compose songs and sing while on errands or engaged in domestic chores. Ebenezer Obey was involved in local social musical groups at Idogo. These included the Boys and Girls Club, Ifelodun Mambo Orchestra, and the Royal Mambo Orchestra, which he pioneered. In Lagos, in search of livelihood, Ebenezer Obey did all sorts of menial jobs, like a laborer, a vendor, to keep body and soul together, as they say. Ebenezer Obey also worked as a clerical assistant. However, somewhere along the line, he came across Fatai Rolling Dollars, with whom he had a very close relationship. They both began their musical career with a band called the Niger Rhythm Brothers, a five-man piece that had Obey as a direct assistant to Fatai Rolling Dollar. 5 years later, however, Ebenezer Obey formed the International Brothers Band, which was where his journey into international stardom began. Right from its youth, Ebenezer Obey had always been very cool-headed and a well-behaved person who did everything with measured composure and moderation. Ebenezer Obey began to build his own home quite early in life, with his marriage to the love of his life, the late Deaconess Juliana Olaide, whom he married in 1963. The union is blessed with many grown-up children who are today doing very well in their different endeavors. Ebenezer Obey's real journey into stardom began with his first song, recorded on the Decca West Africa Limited recording label. Such records like Ewa Wo Ohoju Miri, Olo Mi Jo, Balongo, and so on became instant hits. This shot him to instant limelight in Nigeria and beyond. It's on record that Ebenezer Obey sold more records than anyone before him. However, although Ebenezer Obey has been ministering the word through his very meaningful lyrics and getting involved in evangelistic works, building churches, and sponsoring missionary works, he took a full plunge into practical evangelism when he willfully yielded himself to hearkening to the divine call during a special service to celebrate his 50th birthday, which was conducted by the late Archbishop Benson Idahosa. Ebenezer Obey has gone through the vicissitudes of life, weathering the rough downs and ups of life in measured terms. Before Ebenezer Obey succumbed to the clarion call of his steaming admirers to fill the vacuum he created with his absence from the musical scene, which has remained a yawning gap in the last 20 years, he had a very successful run as a minister of the Lord, with his D-Cross evangelistic ministry having many branches across the country. A holder of the prestigious National Award of the Member of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, MFR, Ebenezer Obey has a string of awards in his kitty. Ebenezer Obey is a successful entrepreneur with a number of companies. He is a director in many others. Ebenezer Obey is a member of the Nigerian Copyright Commission, NCC, and the Copyright Society of Nigeria, COSAN. At 70, Ebenezer Obey has decided to spend the rest of his life in the service of God and humanity and to be very much involved in evangelistic works. Indeed, the celebration of Ebenezer Obey's 70th birthday anniversary is more of bringing back smiles to the faces of his family members after the rude shock of the death of the matriarch of the family, which occurred last year. Ebenezer Obey is held in very high esteem by all and sundry. In fact, President Goodluck Jonathan, in his goodwill message to him, demonstrated his deep knowledge about the life and career of Ebenezer Obey, the international artist, when he said he had followed with keen interest Ebenezer Obey's career since he formed his first band at the age of 22 President Goodluck Jonathan said that Ebenezer Obey's name remains one of the most recognizable names today across the length and breadth of Nigeria. This, according to the president, is a testimony to the fact that Ebenezer Obey has pursued his chosen career with a lot of diligence, excellence, and incredible creativity. President Goodluck Jonathan, who confessed to be an ardent follower of Ebenezer Obey's music, which he considers everlastingly evergreen, also praised his propagation of the word through evangelism. Goodwill messages to Ebenezer Obey at 70 poured in torrents from Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, governors of Ogun, Lagos, and Osun states, former governor of Ogun State, Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr., the traditional institution, and indeed from diverse spheres of importance in Nigeria and beyond. Ebenezer Obey's 70th birthday party, which took place on Tuesday, 3rd of April 2012, at the 10 Degrees Event Center in Billings Way, Ikeja, pulled society's A-listers from every sphere of importance in the land. The traditional institution, which are the likes of the Oni of Ife, Oba Okwandeshiju Adelubushe II, the Deji of Akure, Oba Adeshida, the Oshile Okeonegba, Dr. Adedakwa Tejosho, Oba of Lagos, Oba Rilwan Akiolo I, the wife of the monarch of Ikorodu land, Olori Olayinka Oyefusi, represented her husband. The monarch of Jagarile in Ogun State, Oba Adeyemi, was also there. The former deputy governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Sinotu Aderoju Chigutu. This summer of Benin Kingdom, Sir Gabriel Igbenedion, was represented by a high-powered delegation of chiefs from Benin Kingdom. The Irelu of Lagos, Abiola Dosumu, Mrs. Abba Folawiyo, Chief Mrs. Nike Akonde, Chief Robert Benson, Distinguished Senator Olorunimbe Mamora and his wife, as well as Mrs. Adebisi Abiola, were also there. Members of the entertainment family were there in their legion from all arms of the enlarged fraternity, musicians, actors and actresses, media practitioners from the electronic and print media, and indeed showbiz buffs. They all registered a robust presence at that event to pay homage to the international star of our time, who has brought international recognition to Nigeria through his music. The Ebenezer Obey at 70 program was in two broad parts. The first part was a special Thanksgiving service, which featured gospel songs performed by Sami Okpozo, Fumi Aragbaye, Evangelist Dr. Bola Are, and Okbelokbe Anointing.
Jesus, I love you. Everybody get you do my lifetime. You don't make my life better. I'm gonna bless you forever. Yeah, Jesus, I love you. You do my lifetime. You don't make my life better. I'm gonna bless you. You think about
The special sermon preached at the service was by Pastor Ayo Orushejafo, President, Christian Association of Nigeria, and founder of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, who has been a personal friend of Ebenezer Obey for a long time. Pastor Ayo Orushejafo congratulated Obey for attaining the age of 70 years, looking as fit as a fiddle. He prayed for him and his entire family.
My good friend, I have come to celebrate with you. Heaven appreciates you for this Thanksgiving. Your life can only get better. Heaven will stand for you. Heaven will speak for you. Heaven will do for you what you cannot do for yourself.
Pastor Tunde Bakari of the Lateran Assembly, whose remarkable intervention was in the rendition of some evergreen Obey classics, also eulogized Ebenezer Obey's incredible talent, exceptional humility, and unparalleled and awesomely creative compositions.
I want to remind you when you turn 40 what you said. Aráyé o, ẹ bá mi jó. Gbogbo aráyé o, ẹ bá mi yọ̀. Àádọ́rin ọdún tí mo ti ń bá bọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ o, Olúwa o. Tí ó ṣe mí mi légbodò, mo dúpẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọrin f'Olúwa. Elédùmarè ọba tó dá wa sílé ayé sílé ayé sílé ayé ọba tó dá wa sílé ayé.
There was a special Thanksgiving session at which people took turns to rejoice with the celebrant and his family. The second and final part of the OBRY 70th birthday program began with the address of the chairman of the reception, former Governor Olusegun Oshobo of Ogun State, who heartily congratulated Ebenezer Obey for having lived a highly fulfilled life through which he has been a source of inspiration to a growing legion of the youth whom he has influenced into music and evangelism. The author of this special biography on Ebenezer Obey, Wole Oshomakinde, gave a brief summary which encapsulated the salient points in the biography before Professor Aderemi Raji Oyelade reviewed the book.
Chief Ebenezer Obey FABIYI seems to have returned juju music to its original gospel root in service of the spirituality of man and in dedication to the glory of God, who is the primal artist, and the primal artisan. Let me conclude that the author, Oshomakinde, has done creditably well to document the life of a phenomenal legend. He has contributed to the preservation of a wealth of knowledge, including anecdotes around the music maestro and spiritual minister.
The documentary on Ebenezer Obey at 70, which chronicled his life and times from his early days in Idogo, Ogun State, to his foray into music at an early age, his break into the international music circuit, and evangelism drive, were properly articulated. The presentation of the biography on Ebenezer Obey was performed by representatives of Sir Gabriel Igbenedion with a handsome donation. The launching of the book on Ebenezer Obey raked in a very tidy amount from different sources. After the vote of thanks by one of the children of the celebrant, the dance floor was declared open, and the first to perform on stage was Ebenezer Obey himself in what was styled the anniversary performance. However, before Ebenezer Obey went full blast into it, he acknowledged the presence of everyone and thanked them for their affection and solidarity for his entire family, especially during the trying time.
Some of them have gone, but those of you who are here, I want to observe every protocol here. I want to quickly thank God for the life of my friend, KSA King Sunny Ade. We have always been celebrating one another for quite a long time now. Thank you very much for this day. And I say to KSA that I know I should send me to.
Of course, when Obey delved into his classic vintage evergreen, nostalgic spirit enveloped the whole arena. The stage soon became totally jam-packed, with everyone just wanting to have a real feel of the Miliki sound at very close quarters. Thereafter, a profusion of music from a galaxy of musicians and parade kept everyone on their toes for hours. The list included Ayefele, Batili Alake, Sashino Peters, Tolu Obey, Ebenezer Obey's son, and sound alike, Wasiu Ayinde Marshall, Elias K1 the Ultimate,
I
Indeed, the Ebenezer Obey at 70th birthday party will remain evergreen in the minds of all those who were part of it. We wish the Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey a very healthy and peaceful time henceforth.